Namaste, dear yogis. Today we are here to unit, and the word I would describe this sequence that we're going to practice today is tranquility. It's all that I see around me. What I consider one of the most tranquil places on the planet. Look at this Mother Nature. It is so beautiful, and that's the sense that I want to gain with this practice. I want you to gain this feeling of peace, of just floating, absolutely losing all control, just surrendering into the moment. So get yourself comfortable on your mat. Let's get started with today's practice. Good, so let's get all nice and reclined. We're gonna lie down on our mats. We're gonna take a bit of an opening shavasana and just let your feet fall open, your arms to the sides, palms facing upwards. Just close your eyes and relax. Take a deep breath in. And then a very slow, peaceful exhalation where you let go of all the worries, any bit of a stress, any chores. Good, again inhaling, feeling the sense of peace flow over you, calmness. And on an exhalation, letting go of control. Letting go of all the achieving. Good, just keep that deep breathing going on. Feeling every inch of your lungs being filled with fresh air as you inhale. And on an exhalation, empty your lungs completely. Notice if there's any tension in your body, anywhere at all. Try to breathe it out, melting that tension with your breath. Good, now just bring your hands next to your body, bring your legs a little bit closer together. We're gonna bend that right knee and come into like a half butterfly, reclined half butterfly, or what I would say is like a reclined tree pose. We're gonna bring that right knee to the side. Again, turning your palms up. If you do have tight hips, you might want to use a block underneath your knee in here. So just grab a block or a pillow or a book, whatever you have around there. Just stay and enjoy. A very gentle way to open up that hip. But as the gravity does pull our knee down, and if you start to feel pain at any point, then feel free to bring that knee up for a moment and then return back to the pose. Notice the quality of your breath. Whenever it becomes shallow again, try to keep it slow, peaceful. If the breath is very shallow, if we hold the breath, also the mind tends to get quite busy. Tension around the body might happen. So slow, calm, peaceful breathing keeps the mind still and also helps to keep that body nice and relaxed. Good. Now slowly bring your right knee back up. Hug that right knee into your chest. Good, keeping that left leg at its place. Good, just hold it there. You might want to circle your ankle a bit, opening up that ankle joint. Nice, and starting to prepare for a spinal twist. So the left hand takes a hold of the right knee. Take your right hand next to your head or down to the side. And we're gonna rotate around, bringing that right knee over to the left side. Take your gaze over to your right for a bit of a balance. And again in here, listen to your body, go into the pose slowly. So any message your body sends you, you have time to hear it. Good. If you need to use a block or a pillow underneath your right knee, feel free to use that. Relax and surrender. Let go. Gently, slowly start to return back to the center. Beautiful. Bend your both knees. Bring your hands next to your body. Keep your knees about hips width apart. Good. Swinging your knees side to side. Good. As you come back to the center, just working on your lower back a little bit. On an exhalation, press that lower back down to the ground. Tuck that tailbone. Inhale, release. Again, exhale, press the lower back into the floor. Inhale, release. Good. Now straighten your right leg. Let's do that reclined tree pose on the left side. Taking your left knee down to the side. Again, turn the palms upwards. You do feel more relaxed as you really open yourself up and surrender. Scan through the body and notice if there's any tension anywhere at all. It doesn't have to necessarily only be in the hip area as we are stretching the area, but it can be in your fingers, it can be in your face, in the tiny muscles in your face, in the strong muscles in your jaw. Allowing your shoulders to drop down, relaxing your back. Staying completely present in this beautiful moment. Good, and now let's bring that knee back to the center. Hug the left knee into your chest, interlock your fingers on top of the shin or knee. Circle that ankle around. The opposite way also. Good. Now with your right hand, start to guide that left knee over to the right side. Bring your left hand over to your left. Slowly, slowly coming into that spinal twist. Your gaze goes over to your left. And let's stay here for a while. Make sure that your shoulders stay on the floor. Feel free to support the knee if you want to. I also like to keep my right hand on that left thigh for a support. Try to relax those supporting muscles around your spine. Good. Slowly return back to the center. Bend both of your knees. Keep the feet hips width apart. And again, hands next to your body and gently just swing your knees side to side. Good. Hug your knees into your chest and rock yourself just gently. Good. We're going to come into the seated sequence. So you might just want to roll over to your right side and just push yourself up from there. Good. I feel so calm. Lovely feeling. Beautiful. So let's just start by straightening out our legs. Nice and straight. Good. Good. Just release your hands down to your thighs. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale completely. Beautiful. Now take your right leg outside that left thigh. We're going to place that right knee on top of the left knee. So like a half shoelace pose. Good. And we're going to come slowly into a forward fold. Now a couple of modifications here. If you do have tight hamstrings, use a block or a pillow underneath that left knee. If you do have lower back pain, sit on top of a pillow or a rolled up towel. Good. Slowly starting to walk yourself forward. Good. You might even use a block or a pillow underneath your head here. Or another option that I like to use, blocks underneath my forearms right here. So see what goes for you today. I gotta say, as I'm here on our cabin, I don't have any blocks. I'm lucky to have my yoga mat in here, but that's all I need. Good. So just relax. Again, if you feel your shoulders tensing up, pulling upwards, just allow them to drop down. Same with your facial muscles. They carry so much tension. Just drop them, let the jaw drop, let the cheeks relax, eyes relax. Good. Slowly walking yourself back up. Nice. Take a spinal twist in here too. So just bring that right foot down to the floor. Gently grab a hold of that right knee and bring your right hand behind your back, looking over your shoulder towards the back of your mat. Good. Coming back to the center. Nice. With the next pose, you have an option. You can just keep that knee on top of your left leg, with the left leg being straight, or you can also bend your left knee, coming into your full shoelace pose. We're going to take a bit of a side bend in here. So taking your Right hand over to your right side. Good. Inhaling, we're going to reach that left arm up. Lengthen it over. And you can just relax the forearm down to your head. Good. If this feels uncomfortable, especially if you have any shoulder injuries, you might want to just place that right hand down to your knee, or left hand, and an option is also to place that left palm to the back of your lower back. Good. As you always notice, I tend to get a bit chilled out when we do our yin yoga class. Good. It's just so calming. It's almost like my brain shuts down. And teaching a class is a bit different when you walk around and you look at the alignments, but when you do it yourself, it's just funny what happens to the brain. It goes into that creative place of calmness and healing. And yes, good place to be. Difficult place to be when you try to do a yoga video. And if you start to feel that you need a bit of a more stretch, you can always walk that hand a bit further. And again, also in this pose, if you do happen to have yoga blocks around, quite nice modification is placing the yoga blocks underneath your forearm and leaning in here. So in that case, there's no weight on your wrist. Good. Let's come back to the center. Nice. Take a counter pose, so just a little bit faster one. We're gonna lean over to our left, lengthen that right arm over. Good, and come back. Nice. Now, let's bring that right leg over to the right side, left heel towards the pelvic floor. We're gonna stretch out the inner thigh by taking a turn towards the right and walking ourselves down over to the right side. Good. Staying in here for a while. Again, an option in here is using a block underneath your knee, a pillow underneath your seating bones, or blocks underneath your forearms. Good. Relax your head, let go. Waves coming in. Always fun. It's nice when you do yin yoga, but not in necessarily in any other types of balancing poses. Good, and slowly start to walk back up. And again, take a bit of a twist to finish off this pose. Take your right hand down to your left knee and look over to your left side. Come back to the center. Good. Let's do the opposite side now. So take your legs over to the front again. And if you feel that you need a bit of a chest opening, just lift that chest for a moment. Look up. Pull the shoulder blades together. Good. And then prepare to go over to the opposite side. So left knee stacks on top of that right knee. Right leg stays straight. Use your props if you need to. Good. Slowly walking over to the front, finding that perfect place to be. Take easily about 30 seconds to get into that pose. There's no rush. Remember that we're gonna stay here for a couple of minutes, so take your time. Try to observe your body. Every time you feel your mind drifting away from the practice, just bring that mind back into your body and notice the sensations that arise in the pose. So you might want to focus on that right hamstring. What happens when you take that deep breath in? It's like creating space. And what happens when you exhale? Releasing the tension. Good. Walk yourself back up. Nice. Bend your, or lift that left knee up. Place your left foot on the ground. And let's take that twist again. Good. Over to your left side. Left hand behind your back, supporting your posture. Good. Hold in here. Deep breathing, belly breathing. Nice, and come back to the center. Good. Now from here, stack that left knee back on top of your right knee. You can do this side stretch either from here, or if you want to challenge yourself a bit more, coming into your full shoelace pose. Also left knee bent underneath that, right knee underneath that left knee, and place your left palm down to the side. Just listen to your body for a bit. What feels good? You can either leave that right hand onto your knee, to your lower back, or you can lengthen the arm up for a while. Good, placing it on top of your head and taking a moment in here. Feeling yourself creating space, at the same time letting go of all that old energy, old tension. That's what we want to do. We want to create space for all that new to flow in, new opportunities, new energy, new life force, prana. slowly, slowly start to come back up. Take a bit of a counter pose. Take your right palm down and lengthen that left arm over. Good, and come back to the center. Nice. Now coming into that inner thigh stretch. So left leg over to the left side, right heel towards the buttock. Now again, options to use props underneath your knees, underneath your sitting bones, underneath your forearms. If it feels too tight on that hip, you can always keep your legs straight. That's an option too. Good, a lot of options. Nice. Start to settle into your pose. Your chest turns towards that left thigh, and you start to slowly, slowly walk yourself down. Scanning through the body, looking for the tension, releasing the tension. Just surrendering into the position. Letting go of achieving, that is so important in Yin Yoga. The ego always wants us to do things in a certain way. It always wants us to go deeper into the pose, but what we want to do in Yin Yoga is we want to shut that ego down, and we want to just trust the body, trust the gravity, trust ourselves that we know where we belong today. We are here to observe how the body feels today. What does it need? Gently walking back up from the pose, taking a counter twist. We're going to take that left hand down to the right thigh. Look over to your right. Good, come back to the center. And now from here, let's take our final pose for today. A Dragonfly Pose, legs side. Now feel free to stay wherever you prefer. So that is important with the Yin Yoga, that if the pose feels nice and challenging already in here, just stay here. Just close your eyes. You can bring your hands down to your thighs or over to the front, or why not even to your back. Otherwise, if it feels okay, go and test your boundaries a bit. So maybe lowering down, bringing your forearms either to a pillow or a block or down to the floor. Allowing your head to relax. allowing your shoulders to drop. Letting go of all that old tension from your hips, all that stress that collects into our hips. Tapping into that beautiful meditative place. Into this present moment. Slowly starting to walk back up from the pose, preparing ourselves for our final pose, Shavasana. So just coming down onto your back, just for a moment hugging your knees into your chest and maybe giving yourself a bit of a back massage by rolling yourself side to side. Of attention from our back. From after that forward fold by taking a very short twist, bringing our hands down to the sides and just releasing the knees down to the right side, turning the head over to the left, taking a couple of nice deep breaths here. To the center, taking your knees over to your left side, your gaze over to your right, and again surrendering in here for a moment. Your feet on the ground. Lift your hips just to tuck that tailbone under a bit. And if you do have lower back pain, feel free to keep your knees bent throughout the entire Shavasana, but otherwise just lengthen your legs. Heels towards the corners of your mats, hands down to the side with your palms facing upwards. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Just sigh the breath out. Repeat this again, inhaling deeply through the nostrils. And on an exhalation, just sigh the breath out. Feel the natural rhythm of your breath. The belly gently rising and falling with the breath. Feel the earth supporting you. Feel the sky above you. Let go. Take a deep breath in, and on an exhalation just bend your knees out and turn to your right side. Allow your body to wake up slowly. Keeping your eyes still closed, come up into a cross-legged seated position. Take your hands to your heart center and rub your palms together, creating heat, and then cover your closed eyes with your warm palms. And in the darkness of your palms, open up your eyes and take your hands back to your heart center. Namaste, everybody. Thank you. I'm so grateful that you took this time to practice yin yoga for inner tranquility and peace of mind with me, and join me on this wonderful archipelago of Finland, Scandinavia. So have the most beautiful day. I feel really good right now, and I hope you feel good too. Peace out.